Hi there, I'm Denise Richardson, and this is Howdini.com. We're going to let you know how to complain about that lousy trip that you just had. My guest is Amy Ziff, editor-at-large for Travelocity.com. People have such a difficult time if they've shown up and the hotel's a wreck, the airline just put them, worked on their last nerve. How do people complain?
Well, it's really important to take care of this if you can while you're on property. So that's going to be your best bet. For example, if you booked a room and they said you were going to have an ocean view and it turns out that you have a view of a parking lot, that's not acceptable. And if you booked on Travelocity, you can actually call Travelocity and say, hey, I got to the hotel and I don't have that ocean view that I selected, and what's going on with that? And Travelocity will actually handle that for you. If you're on your own, you didn't book there, that's okay, but you want to go and say, hey, here's my record, I booked an ocean view, that's what I expect, and make sure that they either move you to an ocean view or something better. And if they don't, then they need to compensate you for that because that room costs more. There
are other things about complaining that we wouldn't even think of. What would you share with us?
Well, you want to, if you really have a serious complaint and you think that something kind of egregious has occurred on your vacation and it's just a comedy of errors and you're not getting the respect that you deserve, there are two things that I would say. One is when you file that complaint, you need to file it also with the Department of Transportation. You can go on their website and do so. So make it very serious when you write your email. Remember, this is a business, so I don't want to see curse words and I don't want to see complaining. I want to see documented facts. Keep it to one page. Copy the DOT on that. Let the people know that you are filing it with them as well. The other thing is check out Christopher Elliott's website. He has made it his mission in life to help travelers who have been stuck and stranded and help get their complaints resolved. So it can't hurt to copy him either. And on his website, he actually lists a whole slew of advice for people on how to be really short to the point and get your complaint resolved.
That whole issue of being stranded with the attitude that, well, go somewhere else, it's not my problem. You oftentimes, I won't say oftentimes, you sometimes run into that personnel who will respond that way. How do you handle it?
Well, I mean, I hope that that's really not the case that someone says, it's not my problem. I mean, if you're stranded, if they don't have your booking or something like that, but you need to make sure before you leave, confirm your piece of paper, that's your itinerary, make sure that you've booked. I think for people who are first timers booking online, you can think you've bought something, but you haven't. Make sure that you get a confirmation email if you are buying online, which says you have actually bought. And you get in your inbox all of these little details, saying what you've got. Look that over. It doesn't have to be a big process. You just want to eyeball it and make sure, yes, I've got my ocean view, tick. I've got my room at the right hotel, tick. I've got the airline at the times that I thought I was buying, tick. Okay, because if there's any problems, you want to deal with that immediately after booking.
And unless you have your laptop with you, carry that piece of paper with you.
Carry that piece of paper and always bring the 800 number for your travel agency. Again, online or offline, this is really critical. If you have a travel agent, they should have 24/7 service, and that should be international because you don't want to be stranded someplace where you don't speak the language and you need some help.
Thank you so much, Amy Ziff.
Happy travels.